Jen, show us again what we are going to do with your hair.
I mean,
So fine, it's pretty and fine, yeah? So let's have a look. So we started off with our consultation. She said, I'm gonna stick it to like natural layers long. And then if I go this way, I think this is, she did this on purpose. So she wanted to go this way, this way. This is what she says. She's a self-confessed millennial. So she had it all organized, all these long layers. And then she went, well, maybe some bangs. So you know what we say to bangs? What do we say?
always do the bangs.
Always do the bangs. Why not?
Just gotta work through some fourth grade issues, you know?
You'll be
I'm
okay.
not going to give you a fourth grade bang that you gave yourself. That's for sure.
I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try not to. All right, let's do it. Are you nervous?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Of course. But I trust you.
She's more nervous.
Yeah, she really is.
She's more
Got two
nervous.
nervous Betties today.
She's like locked up. She's like, I want it one end and don't do anything but land one end. I don't know. How old are you?
32.
32. How old are you? 30. How old are
30,
you?
30, 25.
25. Rebecca's 19. Is that right?
It's true. Or 50, who knows?
Yeah. All 50.
It's good. It's the Asian
The
gene.
age, it's hard to tell.
She's got the gene, baby. Okay, so we're just gonna comb the hair. We're gonna split it down the center, and we're gonna have fun. It's bangs, baby.
Beth says hi.
Oh, you know what? Hi, Beth. Look what I see. What did I see? It's a little silver.
You do not. You are so full of it. You do not say that to me.
Come here.
No,
No,
we
don't
are
put me
not
in the middle of
zooming
it.
in.
What is it?
No, it's a very ashy blonde.
It's an ashy
hair.
blonde. Decided.
It's very ashy.
How dare you?
That's not your job.
That
your job
is
is
so
to cut the
nasty.
hair.
Don't worry, I know what they look like. I know what they look like. I'm taking away that kind of, what was it, like fourth grade fear and turn it into like grand, like to the future.
Why don't we just
To
go
the
there?
future.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I've refused to have gray hair. I'm
Yeah.
willing it not to happen.
Bang, bang, she shot me down.
Why are you doing this to me?
Da, 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 da. Okie dokie. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. All right. I think we should start over this side. We didn't really pull the chair out too much, but that's okay. Let's slide in here. See, now we take you away from the mirror. Pass me the hydro mist.
Beth says we call them sparkles.
We call them sparkles. I call it getting old. That's what I call it.
Get ready, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Get ready, Tiffany. I call it well earned. That's what I call it.
That's a nice way to put
Yeah,
it.
well earned. Yeah. So we have to have a little, for every time I see one, we'll have a little catchphrase. She's like getting pissed, isn't she?
It's like, give me bangs, make fun of my age. It's all fun.
That's okay. You've not had bangs since you was 10. So get ready. What we're gonna do is we're gonna layer it a lot and then we'll attack the bang later. But we're gonna put a lot of layers in it and see what it takes us. She wants to keep the length. So when you work this with a razor, it's a lot of fun. And she's probably been parting the hair like this for a long time. I can see that the hair kind of has been forced into that way. So when the hair's fine like this, you really have to make sure you know exactly what you're doing, because you could really compromise it, because we've got to keep the weight through the bottom. So right now I'm going to come right in here, opening my blade, and I'm just going to slowly, lightly introduce the razor into the hair. So that is, some people think that's a bang, this length, but that is really not a bang. Now, one of the key things here with the razor is you can go with a straight down approach, which means that you're work the hair to natural fall. Notice I'm using more the back of the blade. And I use the back of the blade, keeping most of the blade away from the person. I work with a straight edge razor. It gives me more connectivity. I'm going to keep the hair damp with my hydro mist. I can spray a lot of hydro mist in the hair. It will not weigh the hair down. And I'm just going to have a second pass of this of the first shape.
Derek Anthony says, "What's up?"
Good morning, Derek Anthony. And well, if you want to see Derek's going to be cutting on our booth at the IBS show, 2401. That is our booth number, and we'll be on the platform there with a lot of our ambassadors. And if you're interested, come and check out Arrojo Hair Care, and maybe you might decide that it's time for you to make your salon become an ambassador salon, carrying Arrojo product. So that's section 1 done. Now let's go into section 2.
Haley Evans says, "Good morning."
Hey, good morning. So we're going to comb this hair down. Again, more towards natural fall. Get that razor going before you get into the hair. The razor is absolutely a brilliant tool for doing long hair because it's very fluid. So with it being such a fluid tool, it means that, and because you're working behind your fingers, it means that you can, if I was working inside with a scissor, it would be a lot harder, but because I'm working behind, it means I can leave the hair nice and long. And I want to try and keep as much of the corner as possible. So keep your hand low, and you're just gonna bring it all the way down, keeping your hand nice and low so you can kind of work to keep all the length. Now notice that these sections don't drag too far back. Keep them still on a diagonal, but you want them to be way more vertical than angled. It still is on a diagonal, but if it was like this, it would be not as good. So you want to kind of keep it like this. So you're cutting from the top to the bottom. And again, with the hair being on the finer side, you will get a little drying out. So we want to just make sure that we keep moisture in the hair as we cut. Comb this hair down to the side. I like to call it down and around. This is definitively something that you would learn on our scissor and razor class, which is coming up in 2 weeks in our New York Academy. 3 days of education. Scissor then razor. It is a scissor cutting day, it's a razor cutting day, and then it's a combination scissor razor. I like to do a lot of combination scissor razor cutting. The reason being is, you know, both skills are well valued. You need both skills. You need to study and practice both of those skills. Notice how I keep my hand nice and low, and I'm feeding the hair in. And this is where her length is. Now, see, it's always a little shorter underneath. She has a nice light curl in her hair. Keep it nice and low. Just melt that hair away. Follow it all the way down, so literally you're keeping it the same length as it already is. She nodded then. You see the way she nodded? That was like a little, little confirmation nod. All right, I'm now kind of hitting what I call the top of the head. So my section has moved across and it hits the top of the head. Once it's hit the top of the head, that's going to be the pivot point for every single section. Classic long layer technique with a razor. And the reason why it's a classic technique, I mean, this is the skill of becoming a super successful hairdresser. You're looking around. You're looking at what I'm looking at, aren't you?
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I want to know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking there's a light bulb out over there. That's what I'm thinking. It's like my devil's in the detail. Fine teeth of the comb. You want to use the fine teeth of the comb. This is the razor comb. You can pick up the razor comb at the trade show this week. We will be there in all of our glory. We've got some great haircuts. We have some main stage presentations. We have American Wave certification. So if you want to get certified in our texture service, you can do that while you're at the show. You sign up with the show and you'll get certified in American Wave. Make sure you keep the hair nice and damp and keep looking for those silver hairs.
Beth says hi, Nick.
Hey, Beth.
And Kathleen says good morning.
Ah, good morning, Kathleen. Right now, this is the pivot point. We're going to go from that point there. You know what? This haircut in the salon will literally take me 15 minutes. A little bit longer when you're working on the as an educator. I'm starting to do a little elevation right now. A little bit of elevation as I start to move into the back. Remembering that now all the sections pivot from here. This is all about balance, proportion. That's what always helps you to what I like to call seal the shape in, seal the cuticle. Head slightly over, gives you a bit more space to maneuver. We just had a great class here in New York in our academy. We had a 3-day classic cutting class. We got to teach one length lines, we got to teach layers, we got to teach graduation. So if you are looking for education, we've been doing education now for 20 years as a brand. So if you're interested in kind of polishing up your skills or learning something new or taking your business to the next level, definitely think of Arrojo for education classes. And what we do on all of our classes now is it's way more designed for the hands-on experience. We don't do where we sit and demo all day, because really, you can do your homework watching me online, you can do your homework watching our subscription, and then when you come to class, it should all be practical. That way you really maximize the amount of money that you're investing in your education. If you want to learn razor cutting, I'm going to be in LA on March the 19th. and 20th, I'm teaching a 2-day razor class. So if you're looking for a class, it's a personal class with me, 2-day razor class. If you want to learn razor cutting, you can come and see me in Los Angeles, in West Hollywood. Now I've hit the center back of the head. Usually we walk in front of the mirror. I'm in front of the mirror, but I'm working towards the camera. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm not using the mirror, but the mirror is a brilliant tool. We'll get to use the mirror a little bit later. Just leaning on my experience.
Ian asks, why more vertical sectioning?
Well, you want to keep, you don't want it to, if you keep your sections more vertical, you've got the hair segment from the top right the way to the bottom. If it's more horizontal, you're cutting across the hair and you're going across to the back quicker. I don't want to go too far back quicker. I want to kind of try and cut it from top to bottom at once. And that's what that sectioning pattern will do. You've got to judge, you've got to allow, you've got to think about how much this hair is going to expand. That's what we're going to think about when we cut. Notice I didn't cut length. Come on in, Kevin. I didn't cut length. The reason I didn't cut length is because I wanted to keep all the length. And that's the first side done. And we may go back in there and do a little bit more bang action. Yeah? But we'll take it as it comes. Now, don't let your client control you. You got to kind of control your client. All right, so now we'll spin around this way and we'll dump this hair down on this side and we're going to repeat exactly the same. Now, one of the great things about the razor is you can approach the haircut the same both sides. Scissor cutting, you cut up one side and down the other. Razor cutting, you layer from the top down. So let's continue on our journey right here. Take your first section again. So we're gonna repeat exactly the same. I'm gonna keep a nice amount of moisture. You can't spray too much of this hydro mist in. It's a lightweight spray conditioner. It's going to add a little shine. It'll take off that just washed feeling. Yep, so what that means is it will kind of give it a little bit more control. You're pinching a piece over from the opposite side. There she is, this little piece here. I might take this shorter later, but this is a perfect start point. Comb that hair down, place your blade in, cut air before you cut hair, and we're trying to scoop the length all the way down, working towards the pre-existing length. You're in control of your client, you're in control of where your position of the client's head is. You've got to stay focused on that. Work meticulously, work cleanly, work methodically. The razor can be kind of a looser tool, so you make sure you still keep all of that structure in your technique. So that's section 1 done. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little look and see of what section 1 was like on this side. And if I comb it forward, I'll see that we're in the right zone. Remember, they're sisters, not twins. What I mean by that is one side doesn't have to be perfectly perfect. You got to get that feel and that flow. That's what one should focus on, is more the overall feel and flow. The razor, because you're not cutting super sharp clean lines in, is so much more forgiving if you know how to master it. So I don't know, are you getting a good angle there, Rebecca?
I like to go.
You should get right in here. So right behind. She's moving around. Keeping that hair down to natural fall, and just keep that length nice and low. Keep your hand nice and low so that you're not over elevating. Section 3. So remember, at 12 o'clock today, once we finish our broadcast, 12 o'clock today, we're going to be showing you Sel's presentation. One of our young stylists, she's going to be qualifying today. So if you want to see what an Arrojo presentation looks like, you can see what an Arrojo test out looks like. Section 3. So I did section 1 and I had a little touch point. I did section 2. I didn't touch that. I didn't check. Now I'm doing section 3. After I've done section 3, I'm going to check to see the balance. The blade never leaves the hair, so the blade always stays in the hair. The blade never leaves the hair.
Beth says it's looking beautiful even while it's wet.
Wow, thanks. She's my sister. She's just to make you feel more confident. Thanks, Sister Beth. I'm only kidding.
What a nice sister watching.
It's my brother.
Oh, gotcha.
He's called Beth.
He does actually watch it, doesn't he?
Yes. So that was a little touch point. And now I'm going to skim around just a little bit more and take a little bit more out. It's going to come out great. I feel pretty confident about it. You know, when your client's a little nervous, I got 2 clients a little bit apprehensive today. Yeah, a little bit apprehensive. So when your client's a little bit apprehensive, you've got to learn how to try to manage the psychosis of a person. Okay? But what do we have here? We have a great opportunity. We have 2 clients that both get multiple services. So this is how you build your business. You build your business by doing multiple services. So here, she has, hair color. So she's more of like our painting, our balayage. And then our next client, she says that she gets her hair permed. So we have a great service called American Wave. And she also has color, so she's even better. She has color and a wave. And this client here, she's great because she's got a clarifying shampoo. You got all your information. We can see the silver sparkles slowly starting to come in. She's not happy that I'm even saying it, but she's got a deal.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you. I'm in denial.
She's in denial. Many people are. You stay there, Rebecca. Right? You stay there. Let me come round here. Let me take a section on this side. Let's comb this forward. Let's comb this forward. It's a bit harder when you're moving around. When I say when you're moving around, it's a bit harder because when you're in the same place, it's easier to manage. It's easier to kind of stay on track. We're at the touch point right here. So now we're gonna start pivoting. The pivot point right there, we're gonna start pivoting and combing the hair forward. And I think that's quite a good angle for you, Rebecca. What do you think? You're not happy, but I like this. This is what I like to see. It's not just the blade, I like to see your angle here. Because the blade is something that people like to see. Because as you're cutting with a razor, where's the guide? Right there. See it? But it's a soft guide. It's not a hard guide. So that's why it's harder to follow. But it's really the combing which is very important. A lot of people, they do this combing. They comb from here. Make sure when you're combing, you comb from the root. Also, look at the position. Look at where the razor is away. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Razor away, combs in. It's all about control. Even though I show you my hand here, look at the small finger underneath the comb and the thumb, the two fingers on the top. I cut with the fine teeth of the comb because that gives me maximum tension. Maximum tension gives me like a smooth plane of hair to melt through. And then as you cut the hair with the Arrojo razor, we just melt the hair away. There's no tugging or pulling or snapping. Yeah, you just take the hair and you throw it around.
There it goes.
There it goes, there it goes. Take her back to that, 10-year-old before she had gray hair.
So nasty.
Not nasty. How do you know?
Oh my God, Nick.
It's terrible, isn't it? I'm going to elevate just a little, and I'm just going to kind of rework that last section, knowing that I got it, and I'm just going to rework that last section, knowing that I got the length I wanted, but I just want to soften it just that little bit more. There you go, just a little bit more. And again, I'm just going to come back, in front of my client. I'm just going to come back and I'm going to grab and pull. You use these fingers here, we call them the grabbers. Yeah, you grab and pull, you kind of feel and you look for the weight and you allow the hair to live a little. So when I say the hair live a little, you let the hair kind of tell you what it wants to do. Because the hair will always talk to you. And the art of being a great hairdresser is understanding what the hair wants to do, understanding what the hair can bear, understanding what type of tool to use and how to use it. So that's really the kind of mastery of hair cutting. Make sure your comb goes right the way in. We're a long way away from the head now. So one of the test out models will be a classic long layer. We'll be testing that out today.
About the sparkles, Ian says we call them strands of wisdom.
Yeah, I call them gray hair. Getting old. So mean. Olivia, you're so mean.
I'm not mean.
Strands of wisdom. I'll tell you what strands of wisdom are. Is Manchester United beating PSG 3-1. That was strands of wisdom.
He always finds soccer.
Yeah? That was strands of wisdom.
Real Madrid.
Watching those grown men cry. Did I see Real Madrid?
Yeah,
Yes, I saw that. I know that they lost. Do you like football?
I do.
Yeah, who's your team?
Chelsea. But don't ruin my hair.
Now I feel sorry for you.
Oh, you should, yeah.
I
No,
should.
I get it.
I should. Not been too good, has it, this year?
No.
Definitely not Chelsea.
Chelsea. I mean, 2 years ago it was nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 years ago was nice. Chelsea. Very good, Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea. That's it. Another 2 inches are coming off now. Final section is right here. And then we're gonna spin around, and we're kind of 80% of the cut done. Yeah, 80% done. Just running this in. And the nice thing about the Hydro Mist is it just leaves the hair in a really nice, controllable texture. When the hair's got no product in it, it can be a little bit flighty, a little bit flyaway. When the hair's got a little bit of product like a Hydro Mist, completely non-sticky, but it just adds a little bit of glisten and a little bit of control to the hair. All right, we'll spin around and then we'll have a look and see what's going on around here. I will come through the transition through the back in a second, but right now we're just gonna kind of push it around and have a look, and we'll see what's happening around here. And it's important to push this around because she's kind of got a kind of see how it grows out, which I kind of like. I like the way it grows out. It's kind of nice the way it moves. But now it's time to spend a little bit more time working on this area. Yeah, she told me that now she's getting silver hair, she's getting old. So we'll give her some bangs and take her back to her youth. Yeah, and now I know she's a Chelsea fan.
Oh no.
She's gonna get some, like to call micro bangs.
Yes.
Is it long? She's like, yeah. See that?
I love a good micro bag.
Yes. Good. Oh, good morning. As we say, guten Morgen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You ready? You scared?
Yes.
You scared? No. You will be. All right, let's push it a little further. So we did the hard work, let's push it a little further, because you know what, while we got the chance, we should do it. If we don't do it, she'll never get it.
That's true.
So now we're gonna push it a little further. Yeah, that's what we do. And it's nice to start the way we did, because it gave us kind of like the safety net, and now just a little bit more will give us, you know, a little bit more drama and a little bit more effect, and that's what she wants. She wants it, but she's scared of it. So you got to be able to be strong enough to feel that you can impart some confidence. As a hairdresser, what you have to do is you have to learn how to stay in the pocket. What I mean by that is you need to learn how to stay there and kind of get what you need. Now, I'm not connecting everything in. I'm taking sections as if it was a bang section, but I didn't pre-section it. I just went back in the same kind of slightly different fashion. You'll notice the sections are more straight. And then this will be the last section right there. And we'll over direct this forward and just quickly move with the razor. The great thing about the razor, it's a great transitioning tool. Yeah, my next client, she's concerned about layers. Yeah, but with a razor, sometimes you can make it a little bit seamless. You know, I think the connotation of the word layers is a bit scary, but in all honesty, it's because sometimes we, you know, create bad layers for clients. And, you know, most of the girls, you know, there's such a media world now that we're living in, so they've got loads of imagery. There's always like, you know, like growing up as a hairdresser, the first thing the client did, which never happens anymore, they used to ask for the magazine for the hairstyle pictures. Yeah? So nowadays we don't need no hairstyle pictures, because usually people have made their own Pinterest boards and mood boards of styles that they like, things that they see. That was kind of what we used to do in those good old days. You could say to your client, oh, why don't you find pictures and rip them out and bring them next time? You give them a project. That was exciting, because that's how we did it then. Whereas today, it's the same, but it's not with paper. Yeah, and today it's so easy for clients to see really great specific work, because it's mainly celebrity or model, and usually those celebrities and those models, they have hairdressers all day, every day. Yeah, it's not effortless. Everyone thinks it is, but it's often not effortless. But why can't they have it? if they want it. And that's kind of the art of being a great stylist, is being able to deliver, match that expectation with your technique, but also create a service, an experience, so that your client will keep coming back for more and recommending you to all of their friends.
Pauline's here. She says good morning.
Hey, Pauline. I think you're with us on this weekend at some point, Pauline, if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot for me to manage, trying to keep it all in my small brain. But I think if you want to see Pauline, she will be on our platform at the trade booth. Remember, it's the International Beauty Show at the IBS. It's called the International Beauty Show at the Jacob Javits. I don't know why they call it IBS, because it's like, you know, means something else, doesn't it? What does it mean?
Irritable bowel syndrome.
You have? Really? You too?
I can't help it.
It's
irritable.
It's irritable. The IBS. That's what happens. So stay away from the food. Super expensive too. We'll be on stage. We'll be doing a big presentation, and then we'll also be on our booth, teaching, sharing, connecting, communicating. You freaking out yet?
No.
No.
No, I trust you.
That's good. All right. I just mentioned it, and now she's gone.
She's done. She knows it's close to time.
Speaking of irritable,
That's what I was saying. You just got it. You just got it. You okay, Sels? Are you nervous yet, Sels? Not yet. Okay, scissor time. So now we don't need to wet the hair down so much. So I'm going to use my scissor. You need moisture in the hair when you're razor cutting. So what we've not cut is we've not cut it out through the center back. So we'll take a section all the way down the center back. You can see how much curl's coming out in the hair. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to lift this straight out from the head at 90. So we scoop straight out, and we're going to be looking for the corner. And there is the corner. There's a gentleman waiting at the door there to get in. Scooping that out. And just pointing in just to knock out the edge. Next section. So again, you can stay, I'm going to keep working with my razor comb. I'm just point cutting, using the Orojo BMAC 5.0. You're looking for scissors this weekend at the trade show. We have amazing scissors. If you're interested, you can come by and see all of our tools. We have amazing razors, handcrafted wood razors. We'll have a real special price on them. And we'll also be doing our education credits. So if you're looking for opportunities with education, we'll be selling our education credits too. Just point cutting in. I'm going to spin around now. You want to shampoo my next young lady?
Yeah.
I would use the American Wave shampoo and conditioner. Okay? So just stand on the opposite side. Body position was one of the things that we studied this week in our classic cutting class. Is the correct body position. Making sure you stand behind, always combing from the roots in. You'll notice just gonna knock out a little bit of the corner. So I'll be in LA next weekend. I'll be teaching my razor class. Then the following weekend, we'll be venturing out to Salt Lake City. We'll be in Salt Lake City, and then I will also be flying to Denver. So we're really doing a lot of outreach. Yesterday I was in Miami, and the day before that I was in Atlanta. So Miami was fun. We just launched with our distributor. We had a great time. Got to meet a lot of hairdressers, which was great, sharing our products down south in the Florida market. So that's Prime Salon Services. That's who's my distributor. And I'll be back in Miami on April the 15th. And we're doing an event there. I'm actually teaching a class in Wellington at Vision Salon. We're also going to be having American Wave certifications. We're going to have 2 that weekend, Sunday and Monday. And then we're also going to be doing our Happy Mondays event in Miami. So please, if you're in Florida or if you know friends in Florida, let people know we're coming. And we'll be doing an event and sharing our culture. One thing I've not done is I've not looked at the length. I'll look at the length last. She was kind of wanting to keep her hair long. Taking off a half an inch or an inch doesn't matter to me. Of course, we've got to clean it. The key thing is making sure you got some like real weight in the layer. So you have some real weight in the layers. That's the key. And the key also is just having a look and seeing what's happening around the front. Yeah, I got to see how she's coping. Which I think is pretty good. So I'm going to go back in with a scissor. I'm just going to clean that up. Comb it forward. Whenever you're cutting bangs for the first time, after, never having them, the hair's going to jump. You got to allow for that. And you got to see how that hair works. I don't want to make them so harsh because I tell you what's going to happen is it is going to separate. So this is the first intro to get a little bit more hair around the face and give her a little bit more framing, which is really what she's looking for. Yeah, she doesn't want that hard, 1994 schoolgirl bang. But, with a scissor, you can just refine, polish. I don't prefer the scissor over a razor. It's different. And with it being different, that makes more fun for you as a stylist. You can see how much curl she's got. She's got a lot of curl. But you can also see how we managed to keep all the length and all the weight. Now we'll spin around and I'll have a look at that length, and that'll be kind of almost the final thing for the cut before the style. To style, then we're going to choose our products. Now she tells me she uses a product that she doesn't even know how to say it. Yeah? So most people, they buy consumer products. They can buy consumer hair care. It's your job as a hairdresser to educate your client on hair care. Come around here, Rebecca. So we'll be thinking about what products we're going to use. We want to make the hair fatter, thicker, and kind of more smooth, but with movement. We want to make the Hydro Mist is good product. You can see it's not made the hair oily or weighed the hair down. Let's comb that down. I'm going to hit it to the sweet spot. So that's kind of the sweet spot right here. You want to get that line in. You want to get that line in, but you don't want to make it so that it's a hard line. So combing the hair straight down. Doesn't matter that the hair is kind of dryish through here. Just work that all the way through. So she uses an oil for moisture. One of the things that you got to remember, now she might have forgotten what she spoke about, but I certainly haven't. As a hairstylist, when you ask questions at the beginning of the service, you can have all of that knowledge stored in your brain, so that later on in the service you can bring all of that knowledge out, and it's going to empower you, because you're going to be suggesting with success. And that's kind of a class I used to teach, how to suggest with success. So she uses an oil, she uses some kind of clarifying shampoo, and she uses some Walgreens conditioner. That's what she told me. So what we're going to use in her hair is we're going to use an oil. We're going to use our Shine Lux oil, which is going to help to smooth the ends. It's going to help to seal the ends. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually put in some Cream Whip, which is our lightweight cream conditioner in a container that comes out like a whip. And that's going to add a little bit of silk and softness to the hair. It's going to make the hair feel thicker, but without making the hair feel tacky. Looks good. You like it, don't
I
you?
like it, yeah.
You like it? You sure?
I do.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how it's styled.
It's going to happen. That was a very weird noise she made there. I don't even know this. She made a very weird noise.
She's happy.
Yeah, it was like a horse name.
Like a horse. A horse, of course. All right. Shine Luxol Cream Whip. Okay, so we're going to put thing two in. Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. Okay. Shine Luxol Cream Whip. You hold them for me, sweetheart. It's okay. You can bring those hands out.
Okay. What do you want from me?
Tessa should have a great day. She's off to style her hair with one arm in a sling.
Oh, nice. It's always good to let your clients hold the products because that way she'll actually get to see them. Most hairdressers have a terrible time trying to sell. They're always scared about what a client can or cannot afford. I tend not to care. I'll worry about that. Yeah, it's up to them. My job's not to find out what's in your bank balance. Yeah, my job's just to tell you what I recommend. That's the job of a hairdresser. So it's nice to dampen the hair down again just so that the product is easily accepted into the hair. So the first thing we're going to use is this one. And a big monster ball. Yeah, monster ball. So work right the way through. My products are lightweight. You don't use enough product, you don't get the effect. I apply it with my hand like a big comb. So that's where I'm applying the hair, like a big comb into the hair. Working it right the way through. Final bits, I get all the way through here. And I grab it and work it all the way in. Even take the residue, put it in through the bangaroonies, and just work it right the way back. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Shine Lux oil, and this one we're going to take about 6 pumps of Shine Lux, work it into your hands, and again we're just going to finger it through. A little bit right through the front, finger it through here. We're going to move you. What are you going to set up, Olivia?
In the corner far away.
What are you going to use, a flat brush?
Yes, I am.
So she's going to use a flat brush, and you're going to kind of smooth it and twist it.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I like it. All right, so make sure. I'm telling you, that's definitely.
Leave her alone.
It's okay. Scarred for life. Just preparing her for the future. I'm do my job. Preparation. Comb it right the way through. Get the products really worked through the hair. And now off she goes with you, Olive, and make it really pretty. Okay? You go with her. And I'll bring in my next young lady. And it's Tiffany. All right, Tiffany, let's do a razor bob. Okay. You want me to do my thing, or you want me to just keep it one length?
I mean, so my worry, I was saying when I was getting my shampoo, was that I worry about having layers because I worry that whenever it's shorter hair, it'll end up looking like the mom bob, you know, like a soccer mom. So that's my
Does this
fear.
salon look like soccer mom?
No. No. It doesn't.
Keep it one length.
But I can.
No,
I'm
keep it
also
one length.
like down to take your advisory
Uh-huh.
as a expert.
Advisory.
Yes.
What do you think, Rebecca?
I will say that no one's come out in the after photo looking bad.
No one's come out looking bad.
That's why I trust your judgment. I trust your judgment.
Okay. Show us what we're going to do. Do you bring your phone over with you?
There we go.
Show us the pictures again. Let's everyone have a look and see what we're going to do. So, bob. Beautiful. Okay. And this is an old perm. It's a little old perm, so that'll activate it. Do you usually wear it around the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll put it kind of there. Wherever it goes, it's going to be great. All right, guys, so we'll do a classic razor bob, which we do a lot. So we'll expedite this one quite quickly. If there's anything that anyone has a question for me, please feel free to pipe in and ask. Let's do it. So we're going to be around the jawline, so we're going to bring it to the nape, and that'll look really good. It has medium density. So that medium density, keep your sections fine enough that you can really work through the hair with precision. Straight down, nice and tight. I got a fresh blade, fresh razor. There's the line. So this we call closed razor cutting, or as I like to refer to it as edge work. If you want to learn razor cutting, you can actually come to my class in California. So March the 19th and 20th. It's a 2-day razor class in West Hollywood, and I'll be teaching, my technique of razor cutting. This is one of the techniques. What you just saw is one of the techniques. All right, I'm picking up my scissor right here just to clean up some of the hairline area. Also right here. It's nice to do that at the beginning. Don't do it at the end, because then you're going to cut out all your razor work. But at the beginning, it's nice to do that. Section 2, so our sections are classic bob type sections. And using the edge of the blade just to put in that clean, defined line. And I'm really looking forward to the following week, which is the 25th, the 26th, I believe. Is it the 25th? I think it is. 12th, the 19th and 20th, the 26th and 27th. I will be in Salt Lake City and Denver, respectively. Salt Lake on the Sunday night and Denver on the Monday night. Definitely come out, and you can get tickets at arojopro.com. That's our online platform for selling tools and classes. And you can come and kind of experience our culture and firsthand get to see what we're all about.
Gretchen asks, are you doing more one-length bobs, or are people still asking for slightly longer in the front? I'm getting bored with longer in the front.
I think that A-line bob will always be around. But, obviously when Posh Spice had it, it was like the big thing. Today, it's less the big thing. To have it so it's so short and so contrived, longer at the front. But we're living in a world today where I think hairstyles are getting better. Images are getting better. And a client has the resources at her fingertips to know what's possible. So you notice as I work with my razor, we call this a slightly open blade. Just a little bit of texture left. One of the things about my razor cutting is it's all finger work. So it's not the wrist and it's not the arm. It's that combination of precision but cut with a razor. So you got about a ½ an inch worth of texture through the hair here. Keep your sections clean. Look how clean those sections are. And now I'm starting to come down the hair a little bit. Not layering the hair, but just lightening the ends. So by opening the blade a little bit more, it takes a little bit of weight away from the bottom. Over direct the hair slightly back and in. And I'm using more the flat of the blade right now. Super clean sections. Keeping the hair nice and tight. And just melting that hair away.
Gretchen says, I love that you're adjusting each section to give it what it needs instead of using the same technique.
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing with the razor. It's like sketching the shape in. You can refine, evolve. Each intention of the blade is going to help you create the look that you want. Again, the craftsman's got a craftsman's tool, and I'm really working that craft nicely. Keep your sections very clean. Work very organized. Consistently the same thickness, so you know the pressure is being applied. And you can see I'm opening the blade up a little bit more right now. So it'll give her that lift that she's looking for without the soccer mom layers. But for all you soccer moms out there, I love you too. Yeah, and if you're taking your kids to soccer, you're the best.
David Kinnickson says, hello, my friend.
David Kinniston, are you going to be in the IBS? I know, David, you said you may be coming. I saw your email about your band playing, which was great. I hope you had a great gig. Let me know. Send me a text if you come into either IBS or ABS. We should get together. She's in the flat side of the blade. The blade actually does touch my finger, but it doesn't go through my finger. You got the pressure point down. It is pressure cutting. So what it means is you're applying pressure of the blade. And remember, she's got the remnants of what she said was an old perm. But you know, we don't like the perm, we like the American wave. It's a kind of gentler service. It's the best product out there for changing and creating permanent texture. And it's something that we've really, because again, it's like the connotation of a perm, it's kind of like the connotation of layers. It can sound maybe a lot worse than maybe it is.
David says, show is great. Thanks for asking.
Good.
I love watching you cut and listening to you as you work.
Thanks, David. Keeping that nice down. Always look at what's in your hand. See, it's more open here and more closed there because I'm establishing the corner. So that's something to watch for. And I can see the texture of the wave coming out. Product-wise, she told me what she uses, so I already know what I think I will use to make her hair look spectacular. So keep a rhythm, get a nice rhythm when you're razor cutting, work to time. In my salon, I always work to time. Timekeeping is a big important factor building a clientele. If your clients know you're always on time, they'll always be on time. And if they've got a very little time, but they need to get a haircut, they can trust you. And I think that's where it counts the most. I want to get my hair done, but if my hairdresser's not always on time, I can only plan it when I've got time to lose. And in today's world, not too many people have time to lose.
David Bray says, good morning, Nick.
Good morning, David Bray. I believe David's coming to the IBS show. We can't wait to see you, David. Hope you're doing good. And the last time I saw you was at Expo. Love to see you. Also love to get out to Wilson at some point, maybe later in the year, when the weather's a little bit more forgiving. I know it gets very hot there in the summer. My schedule's pretty jam-packed. But we'd love to see you at the International Beauty Show. So this is a more open stroke now. You can see the texture in the fingers. It's a much more open stroke, which means that a little bit less hairs come into the one length line, but it's still in essence one length. It's not a layered shape. It's a one length shape, but with a lightness on the ends. You can have a look and see. But just shake that out. You can see what's happening.
David says, I look forward to seeing you also.
Good. I don't know if you're coming in. We have a little meetup on Saturday night at the Yotel. I'm going to put that out on our social media. Remember, Rebecca. So if anyone wants to come and say hi, you'll know where we will be. Saturday night, there'll be a little welcome, just so that we all know where we are. Our ambassador clan will be there together. An Arrojo ambassador is somebody that gets connected to a Arrojo product, gets connected to our culture, and they start to retail Arrojo product, American Wave product in their salons, and they become part of our extended family. If you're interested, you can always send me an email. You can talk to Valeria or one of our relationship managers. She'd love to inform you on what it's all about. As an Arrojo brand, we have distribution in certain parts of the country, and then we're a direct distributor in other parts of the country. So we kind of have a selective of how we do it. Fine teeth of the comb. It's going to melt that hair away. So now we've cut the entire back. Soon it's time for me to move into the side.
David says he wishes he could be there, but he's arriving early Sunday.
Oh, Dave, well, don't worry. There's plenty of time, David. Carmel's here to do the test out. That's exciting. Morning. Okay, so now let's come into one side. Let's cut this side.
Nope, don't do it.
Ricola. Damn that hair down. Hydro mist again. Don't hold that, sweetheart. Thanks. So now let's come through. Head comes up and slightly over. And let's run this all the way through. Nice clean section. Clip it. We got our great clips.
Alexis says, morning. Can't wait to see everything this weekend.
Alexis, we can't wait to see you, and I can't wait to get to Philadelphia to check out that lovely new salon of yours, Odyssey. We have to get a date for Happy Mondays, and I will be working on that today. So busy. We had a fantastic time in Atlanta with Happy Mondays this week. Absolutely fabulous. Great to see Jeff South, Candy Shaw. Great to see all of our friends. Brent Hargreaves, Stephen Poster. So many nice people hanging out in the Atlanta market. We look forward to going back there and doing more education in the Atlanta market. Salon's starting to fill up. Remember, today at 12 o'clock, I'm going to put sales presentation on Facebook Live. You'll be able to see all of her haircuts. We'll have her walk her through all of the cuts so you can see exactly what we ask of our stylists when they become hairdressers. And don't forget, we have an amazing class coming up in 2 weeks. Scissor then razor. It's a 3-day class. The study of the scissor and the razor, and the scissor and the razor in combination. It's a really great way to strengthen your skill, learn some new technique, get inspired. So working all the way up pretty much to the middle center part. Sections can get slightly thicker as you work up the hair. And as I work up the hair, the blade's going to open out more and more. The reason why the blade opens is so that I get a little bit of softness that's going to impart a little bit more lift. So it's not a true one length line, but it visually looks like a one length line. Razor cutting can be a little bit more forgiving and a bit more fluid, as opposed to if I did it with a scissor, be a little blunter, a little cleaner, maybe a little heavier and less modern looking. Again, not that scissors make the hair look, I will be using a little scissor on the end of this cut. So scissors are an amazing tool too. $24.01, that's our trade booth. Come by and see us this weekend. We'll be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We also have American Wave certification. So if you're interested, you get certified at the show. The same way that you would get certified at the show in Chicago when we go to do that show in Chicago. Yep, so you can get certified in American Wave. You can have a look in the mirror now, you can see exactly what we got. Kind of replicates the picture. Yeah, and then we're there. Now what we'll do is we'll do this side. So you stay there, Rebecca, and I'll move around. And a little bit of hydro mist keeps the moisture in the hair. Great product. From the back to the front. Boom. Keep the hair nice clip, nice and clean. Come the hair back. There you go. First section's important because you got to get the balance right. So we'll just separate it right there at the ear. Just going to put this in first. There's my guide. Now I'm going to run that through. I'm not using the mirror right now, so I'm going to trust that I'm in the right place. I'm going to go for a very closed razor cut, keeping the line nice and clean. Now what I'll do is I'll go to the front and I'll have a little touch point just to check we're in the right balance. If you pull it forward, you can see. So yeah, we're in the right balance. Might even be a little longer on that side, which is even better, because that means I can just tighten it up, tighten and unite. Here we go. There. Section 2. Get that razor moving before you put it into the hair. Work on that kind of engagement. You can elevate the hair a little away from the face. There you go. And we can work quite quickly. The hair gets finer as we move into the top, as does pretty much everybody's. The density is usually a little bit less dense around through the sides and the top than it is through the back and the nape. So March Madness started with Atlanta, then Miami. Started with a class, classic scissor class. This week it's the show. The following week I head out to LA. We're teaching a 2-day razor class at Planet. And then we're also going to be doing an American Wave photo shoot there. And then what happens after that is I come back. I got clients in between every week. And then what happens is we go out to Salt Lake City, which I've never been. And I hear that it's a great hairdressing town, city. So I've been to Salt Lake City Airport. I've never actually been to Salt Lake City. So we fly into Salt Lake City. We do a Happy Mondays or a Up Close with Nick. And then on the Monday I fly to Denver, and we do our Happy Mondays in Denver. And that rounds out the month of madness of March. So it should be fun. So we're out there sharing our culture, sharing our vision. Definitely, if you're in one of those cities, come by, say hi, get connected, come and say hello. Even if product's not your thing, even if there's no, we're not there to sell product, we're there to share our culture. Yeah, if we find brands along the way that like what we have to offer, that's where we develop.
Coffee?
You got me a coffee, Carmel.
I'll keep you awake.
Thank you, darling. So this is Carmel. She's one of our, she's our education director. She works in our Soho location. She came over today for the presentation of cells. How long is the process, Carmel?
Start to finish, depending on their commitment, about 2 years.
About 2 years.
About 2 years, but most people do it in about 10 months with a little bit of further education, advanced.
When you start working in my company now, how soon is it before you start taking clients?
Right now, you get a day straight away once you're out of school.
A day straight away,
Yeah.
out of school.
Out of school, you come in, we give you 2 days required education and
Yep.
1 blow dry education day, and then another optional, so they can do 3 cuts per week and 1 blow dry class. And then on their new talent day, they get to take about 4 clients per day. It starts off with 1 day, and if they're making it work and they're into it, they, kind of push them forward.
Good.
Yeah.
So we really do encourage the quickness and the speed of getting hairdressers qualified on the salon floor.
Absolutely. The more the merrier, baby.
The more, the
The
merrier.
merrier.
Karen says we look forward to having you at ABS. Chicago loves you.
We love Chicago. Can't wait to see you.
Are we going there soon?
You're coming. You can see Carmel on the Arrojo booth in Chicago. So that's where we'll be. So we'd love to see you.
Gotta bring lots of layers, right?
Lots of layers, that is.
Karen says, tell Carmel when I come in the fall, I want to have oysters with her and Nula. This is Karen Gordon.
I believe we have a date. We have a date, Karen.
And she'll be bringing lots of layers.
Lots of layers.
Layers. See my team in the cup yesterday do so well.
Oh God, I was waiting for it. Okay, now is my time to leave the conversation. Bye. Man United. Ew.
This looks good. Feel good? Right, scissor time. So now we'll pick up the scissors and we'll just start to push in a little bit of refinement with the scissor. So we're going to elevate the hair up and we're going to point cut.
Hans says, Capelli Salon Academy loves you too. Thank you for your inspiration and education.
Well, thank you. We like sharing. Just keep your sections clean. Just elevating the hair out 90 degrees. Move to scissors now. Got the general shape in. We're happy about that. Just elevating this hair out. Drop the head chair down a little bit. We have these great Arrojo chairs designed by Belvedere. So we have the Arrojo Belvedere station. We have the Arrojo Belvedere retail unit, the product carts, and the haircutting chairs. Also a big shout out to Minerva, who have been a fantastic support and help to Arrojo, sharing our education. I'm hoping to hear from Mr. Jeff from Minerva. I thought I would have heard from him by now. Last minute, Jeff. We got to get together during the show. Product-wise in here, she's been using a wave mist, so we're going to use a combination I think wave mist, a little bit of wave mist, and then maybe we can finish it with a little bit of glint. Glint is our texture spray. It's absolutely brilliant. Doesn't even need blow drying, I don't think. And it kind of looks good just as is. You know, it's kind of styling out nicely. Yeah, you can see. Kind of gives it that volume, that fullness. How's Grace? Is she happy?
She's okay.
She's okay.
About being gray, which is good.
Okay. So I come around here with the wide teeth of the comb. Just going to check in. Sometimes it's nice just to nibble. You don't take away the razor cutting, but you just refine it. Brings out a little bit more volume because we razor cut it. I kind of like this soft. This can be done blow dried nice and smooth too.
Uh-oh. Running the Red Sea there.
Oh, I know that I will have like errant strands. I've seen a couple before, like 2.
Ah, you're not in denial. Somebody else is in denial.
I think I got my first one when I was like 28 or something. Yeah. I definitely embrace it.
You embrace it.
I would love to have a full head of gray hair.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I've done it before too. I've like bleached my hair to try to have silver hair. So it was just unhealthy.
I think that's where I know you from, right? Yeah, you used to have like platinum hair.
I did.
Yeah.
How'd you know it?
You're usually like a color model, aren't you?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I wish. It's very pricey.
Have you had your hair cut here before?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you usually go?
I've gone to Shizen and Room. The last place I got it done was somewhere in Seattle.
What was it called? It's called somewhere in Seattle.
I know, I feel bad. It's my friend's salon.
Nice. I hope they're not watching.
I don't remember what it's called. I could look at my Instagram feed.
It's okay. You can't remember. Not that important. It's nice. Families in the background. It looks like there's family here.
Yeah, it's much more family than I had in my test out.
Did you have any family in your test out?
Only 2. And Carmel. So straight. And you guys. I feel like my coworkers are my
Do I have a
family.
diffuser?
You do. I think
Right. Let's get a little wave mist in there. This is our beach wave spray. Nice thing about our beach wave spray, it does have that beachy texture without giving it the grit. And there it is. And now what we'll do is we'll just diffuse the situation a little bit. Good job. Okay, Rebecca, Richie,
sorry.
don't fall. So it's my sock diffuser. You gotta stick that plug back in. There you go. So this these are the best diffusers. You can get them on arojopro.com. Or if you go to the trade show, you can get it at the trade show. We'll dry the hair out, and then we'll finish it with a little bit more product. Wave mist just activates a little bit of texture, more volume. Come right the way in. Don't be scared of the hair. Right the way in. Head forward a little bit more. Head back. A little bit of that permy kind of feel on the ends, huh? A bit like your hair.
What?
It's a little bit
feeling in my ends.
fuzzy.
Very soft.
Your hair's soft.
It's just too clean right now.
Okay, now let's get a little bit of my American wave. Just gonna polish up the hair, just with our glint spray. So just to add a little bit of shine and separation into the hair. Just working it with our hands. The speed, efficiency. There's a few ways you could style this hair, but you know, we're getting close to the end mark, 11:30. So we'll just, this is like a lightweight spray wax called American Wave Glint. Brilliant product. So add a little bit of shine and a little bit more texture into the hair. Calms down that kind of fuzzy, permy kind of feel. Light little sprays. You can see it just calms the definition down. How did we do, Rebecca? We did okay today?
I think so.
We survived?
We're all right.
Twist. Nice and light. Kind of fan it out. Let the head talk to you. You don't have to push it around. Just let it kind of tell you what it wants to do. Great product. See this at the trade show. Come and check it out. American Wave Glint. American Wave is our boutique line of wave and curl products. Say boutique line of wave and curl products because there's only 7 products in the collection.
I think I got in my eye a little.
Did it? God, your hair looks so thick. Doesn't it look thick? There you go. So now the product's in there, that little bit of like that kind of waxy kind of very light oil is going to just help to calm and just add that definition into the hair.
Holly wants to know when are you
gives it a little bit languid kind of piecey feel.
She wants to know when you're going to make the scent of Glint into a perfume.
Ah, Pauline.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I make some more money. It's all about to do with making more money. Yeah, you're gonna do so much. So the more people become ambassadors, the better it is for Erosion. But it is an amazing fragrance. Smells good, yeah?
I like the scent.
Sorry?
I like the scent.
It looks nice scent, yeah? All right, ladies. Now we finish this. How do we finish?
Go to the red wall.
To the red
To the red wall.
wall. We just go to the red wall. We have one final look. So let's go to the red wall. Come on, young lady, to the red wall. Over to the wall. Stand by that red wall there. Stand over. Come on. Let's go. Right here. There, over here. Right here. What did you think?
I love it.
Came out good?
And there are like layers of hair.
Very little. Just a little layering, just a little bit of texture so you have it, you know, just so you can kind of get a little bit more volume so it's not one length. If it's one length, it wouldn't be as good. So there's our classic kind of long razor layer with like a little bit of introduction of a softer bang. And then here we have like our little razor texture bob. It's been a lot of fun. Come say goodbye, Olivia.
Bye, guys.
Come say goodbye, Carmel.
Bye.
Wow. And Keith. We'll see you this weekend at the show. We're looking forward to it. We'll have a fun time. Come by and see us, and have a happy Thursday. And don't forget, if you're looking for education, inspiration, everything to do with the hair business, Orojo's really right here. Definitely download the Orojo social app from the App Store and stay connected. Thanks for your time.